Hello everybody, today we're outside recording the Republic Bricks MTT review. Now, I don't know why I'm outside, it's just a really nice day and I thought why not get some good lighting, so yeah, here we are. Also, hopefully this will be my first video recorded in 60 FPS, which will make a huge difference in the quality, it'll seem a lot smoother and such, so yeah. Also, if you guys do like Republic Bricks set reviews, they seem to be like the most popular thing on my channel, then look out because in the next few weeks, now you're gonna have to be happy with what you see, I guess, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell not to miss that. Anyway, so this set will set you back $500 US, which is quite a lot, but it is a UCS MTT, so I guess there's that. And it has, I'm not sure how many pieces, I'll check. This set has 1,796 pieces, and I hope those birds aren't like too loud or annoying because I hear them very clearly. And yeah, but right now also this set is on discount for $400, which I think a lot of the sets he just puts on discounts to like make it look like it's a good deal or like something like that, and they're actually like always on discount, and I think that's a win-win because that just means like you're most likely always gonna get this set for 400 and not 500. However, I don't know, that's just like a guess. I feel like that's a smart business strategy. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I really like the exterior look of this set. It has a perfect amount of like smooth and studded areas, and I think that the only awkward part about the set are the gaps, which I'll get into, but we're gonna actually be kind of reviewing this on its different like functions, like playability, display, and such. Also, one thing worth noting is this set comes with battle droids, usually 20. I only got like 8, I think, but I don't really care because I have a ton of battle droids, and I'm not sure if they actually come with 20. I'm just pretty sure that's like what they used to come with, so maybe he changed it to lower, which would be smart because that's like an extra $20 there. So yeah, first of all, with playability and figures, I think figures this set automatically gets like a 10 out of 10 for custom set measures, because usually custom sets do not have figures. Maybe we'll actually drop it down to a 9 out of 10 because I feel like maybe you could have included like something special here, like one of those tactical droids or something like that. Like obviously the Lego one's expensive, but a custom one maybe. So yeah, maybe you could have included like a named, maybe not a named character, but like a separatist person who's like more than just a grunt, like a battle droid's a grunt. So maybe something like not a battle droid, if that makes sense. So like a commander or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here. So 9 out of 10 on the figures, which usually these sets would get like 0 or just not applicable for figures. And yeah, so on the figures you could actually turn this handle here and this comes out. Yeah, you just have to, sorry, I'm just kind of struggling here, this is not the set's fault. But yeah, well, one thing that's kind of annoying with this is for the first little bit when you're pushing it out, it gets kind of caught on this here, which isn't great. You could see I managed to fit only 3 droids on each thing. I thought I had 4 on there, so maybe it did come with like 8, I'm pretty sure, maybe 7, but I just know for sure I had 7. I think I was missing some parts for like a 9th or an 8th, so yeah. Anyway, the problems with this set, I'll just go over them now before I go over the good. Maybe that's not a good practice, but yeah. So first of all, obviously this whole mechanism is kind of like not great because when you close it back down here, it kind of just, you have to still deal with this, and obviously it's not a big hassle to put it back, but that's just something I feel like was worth noting. I can't really do it with one hand well, which also isn't great. So I think that's for sure going to dock some points off playability, and this doesn't really have any spring-loaded shooters or anything, so I think that definitely adds to like the displayability and accuracy part, but I don't really think it does justice to the playability, which is fine. I think I'm fine with that. Also, back onto the bad things, this part here, it's always inconsistent as to like how you could close this, and there's sometimes a gap there. It's supposed to look like this here, if you guys can see that. Yeah, that's like nicely closed up there, but sometimes like the gap's just open. As for the pieces, they were all the pieces were like relatively new. The only thing I'm noticing now is like now that it's in the sunlight, I couldn't really notice in like a well-lit room, but now it's like under the biggest force of light in the universe. That's probably not true in the solar system. You can see it's kind of like looks scratched there, but not really. That might just be a stain, but yeah, anyway, those kind of look scratched, but the rest look fine here, like you can see there. Everything looks fine. All the pieces look new and shiny, and I think it's the same level of accuracy, and like not accuracy as, or like the piece whereas the same level as the acclimator that I reviewed from Republic Bricks a while back. And I think this set and that set are really like similar in ways. Like obviously they're very different like factions and like looks, but I think that honestly like they're gonna have a really similar score as like number wise. So yeah, video shot 9 out of 10. Problems, there aren't really much other problems besides this back here. This is a very unstable piece, and I feel like this like hatch that you could open on the back needs a bit more friction because it kind of just falls. So I definitely think that there could have been something else to do back there, like that makes it like fall slower and not just like pop to the ground. And also same with this here, that's really not great. This just kind of, when you push this out, it kind of just falls, and that could sometimes break this, but hasn't been happening recently, just mainly when you're first building it. And a couple last bad things, I was missing pieces, which is a frequent theme with Republic Bricks, but you have to think about it, like he has done what nobody else can achieve, at least at the scale. Like I like to cut him a bit of slack when it comes to this issue. So yeah, the piece I was missing are the blue Technic rods. They're really common, I had a ton of them, not too big of a problem. And also, I don't really have a good reference here, but some 2x1s that had like attachments on the side of them. I can't really find any. I'm gonna try and find one here. So yeah, if you take the panel off here, you can see I was actually missing, I believe, the bottom one, like the gray one that goes downwards. So yeah, I was missing a ton of those. I did not have any, I think just forgot to ship them. Wondering where I got that one from, just my personal collection. And the last thing that's bad, this is like loose, doesn't have any things like hold it up by. I think it's kind of dumb because you could have easily just made these like have studs on them instead of just using the smooth 1x2s. But yeah, I think it's nice to have it like open, but realistically, like, it's not like a Republic set. You can't really have like a clone in here that you really want out of here like immediately, or a Jedi. It's just a droid, so I really think that he could have put studs there, but that's something easy to fix if you want. So yeah. Anyway, that sounds like a lot of bad, but I think that the good easily outweighs it. For display-wise, I do think, and I'm actually going to have to go ahead and fix all the set because it looks really ugly now with its like half-opened, unpaneled self. So display and looks-wise, I'd give this set probably a 9, because there is a bit too many gaps for my liking, but it is still really good. I think the perfect mix of studded and unstudded things on the set. So as for the scale of the set, I think the set is probably a 10 for like how big it is. I think that it's really the perfect size, and if it was any bigger, it'd probably be pretty unstable. It already is pretty unstable, so I'm not going to dock points for that, but it's whatever. The only thing is the gaps really did take it down by 0.5 a point in total, so I'd give it overall looks 9.5 out of 10, because this is definitely, I think, one of Republic Bricks' strongest sets, and I really think we need to see more prequel UCS sets, even if they're in this scale. I think this is like a great one for LEGO to do for like May the 4th, $220, this would be great. Unfortunately, it is only a custom set, so you have to pay the extra $1 for it, so yeah. Also, I don't believe I've showed the front and back, so the front here, and I don't know why that's like that, I guess it's probably accurate, and the back here, yeah, so there it is, and the other side just the same as here, and the top, really smooth, there's not really any studs besides the ones on the plate here, on the top, and yeah, so I think overall, looks-wise, the set is a 9.5. And yeah, like I said earlier, the only play function is that you could really roll out this thing. The mechanism works pretty well on the inside, but on the outside it can get caught on there, like I said earlier. And so yeah, I think overall, the Republic brick sets aren't really meant for playability, so I think for that, like 7.5 out of 10. So that's probably going to be all the data we're going to need to give this final score, and this isn't like for points or anything, but the interior is a bit lackluster. You could see the outside really is far away from the inside, and it's connected by, I think, like the back and the front, and there's not really good way to like access the interior, so yeah, that is what it is. And at the front here, you can't really take this panel off well and put, like, it's hard to put this panel on in the first place, and this one also, because you have to connect this whole part here to like things there, and it's only held up by like 2 connections, one here and one there, because it's really hard to get like the other ones, and I decided to give up, and I think I did on the same on that side. And here's the clips that connect this to like there's clips inside there. You could barely see them, it's like a little black thing in there, but yeah, they're really weak, and like it's really hard. They're not weak actually, they're just really hard to clip the doors on there. So yeah, that is what it is. So yeah, overall, I think it's 8 for figures. I gave it, I don't know what I did actually give, I'm pretty sure it's an 8, but that's what I'm giving it now. 8 for figures, 9.5 for looks, and for playability, I gave it a 7.5. So let's add that all up and see how it goes. Overall, that adds up to an 8.333. The threes go on forever, so that is a B minus, or maybe a B, I don't know. The Canadian school system's different, so anything above an 80 is an A. So this video is about to wrap up, but I'm just going to say, leave my couple concluding notes here. I do think that the building experience, which I actually am I'm gonna go ahead and tally that into the final score really quickly in a second. It was a really smooth sailing for the most part. I think a lot of the time it's do one thing on one side, do the other thing, the same thing on the other side, which was really not bad because I think that really gave you simplicity and familiarity to the build, and it wasn't too tiresome for example, the UCS Solid Shore, which I built recently, it's just, you have to build this huge panel on the other side, and then do it again. And then there's another huge panel, and again. This is small panels, and it's only usually 2 of each. I think there only is 2 of each panel. There's not time where I had to build the same thing 3 times, which is nice. And I think overall that was fine. The only problem is putting the actual set together, the different panels, putting them on the main skeleton of the ship. That was kind of problematic at times. It's usually a tight fit, like you can see here. There's really just no gap because it's a really tight fit. And it can make it kind of hard, and sometimes there's just it's too loose or something. It's just a bit problematic. And overall, I'd say building experience, it was an 8, which might seem a bit generous, but that's what I'm going to give it. So yeah, personally, I do think this set would have been ranked higher, but my ranking system, I guess, is just like that. But on my personal opinion, when I think about the set, I give it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, I just wanted to bring the score up a bit. So overall, that brings our score up to... It brings it to an 8.4, which is a B, which I think... Maybe I'd give this set a B plus or an A minus in my personal opinion, which I did. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, I'm out of here. Bye. Also, hopefully I'll have up here a picture of the MTT and the Sandcrawler next to each other to compare, because I think they are similar. But the MTTs, or the Sandcrawler, is more of a simple shaped thing. It's just a square with a thing on top, or a triangle of some sorts. And this is just more set angles. But yeah, okay, I'm done now. Bye.